Alright, I wanted to show off a couple things with the Master Archer armor. I know the name implies Ranger armor, but that's mostly, how you're going to use it, but it works with all 100 procs, so we're talking about wands here. But just in case people haven't really messed with it or figured it out, just wanted to showcase basically a particular skill. So what we're gonna do is hop in Master Archer, and I'll just showcase real quick what this can do. So I'm gonna go ahead and use Quad Force because I actually am Lucky Beast Mage here, but wanted to kind of show off exactly what this thing can do. Alright, so you have these 3 skills that it does. Basically, it does the poison, and it's the element of the weapon that you hold. Then you have a 1 power bleed. Those are pretty good. But per my last arrow, what it does is it basically it's celerity, but it's not celerity. You basically go twice. But what it's doing for items that have effects is it's doubling the power of your effect, because you can still actually do celerity, and I'll show you what I mean. So what you do is you'll get celerity, and then in this particular weapon, it's the Cephaloncher, which does blind. So give myself dexterity here. So I'm going to switch to blind mode. And so you just do per my last arrow, and then you click it, and then as you'll notice, you'll go 2 times. So it's like celerity, but it's not. It's basically doubling your damage. It's a skill that doubles your damage, but it also doubles your status effect. So we have 72 blind, but because we did celerity, I'm going to actually do it again. So let's go ahead and do the skill again. As you're going to see, now we're at a 108 blind, 144 blind. So only auto hit will get through that. But any 100 proc with an effect, it will actually do that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually swap to the Mystic Hair Razor Blade. So this is the magic version. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show off a couple of things, but keep in mind that any 100 proc effects are doubled with this weapon. This weapon will do a water Elevuln, and so with Elevulns, that's even more powerful. So if there's any 100 proc that are out there that's Elevulns, this is going to become even more powerful, especially because Elevulns with 0 turns actually will do the damage that'll stack from the previous turn. So, but this particular weapon, what it likes to do is it's a roll where it is going to be your intelligence versus your own charisma. And if you pass the roll, you give yourself 125% Omni Elevuln, and that actually increases healing. So what I wanted to show is occasionally I can get this to do 2 different lines of 150%. So basically that's essentially you will be taking on double damage, and that doesn't sound too great. Now with this setup, Creature 72 will help offset that because of the panic. And so because we're actually going to be doing celerity, it's going to go twice. Now, because this is your own intelligence versus your own charisma, and I have both, what I did was I gave myself let's see, una poca. Let's go ahead and flee, and let's come back into this. Actually meant to do arcane amp just to help me inflict here in order to sort of show it. So I give myself 105 intelligence, so that way I have that. And then the other thing I'll do is I'll do optico to give myself the status potency. So that should give me about 30 points plus the additional luck, 30 something extra points of potency in order to give myself this effect here. So what I'm going to do, let's see, I'm going to do this skill 2 times. I should give myself this Omni Elevon. So if you notice, the damage is at 128%. So I went twice per my last arrow. So now I'm at 157.5% water Elevon. And actually, I only have one line at 125%. So it didn't actually take that time. Per my last arrow again. You're going to see the Elevon now 186, and it's going to go again. It'll be above 200, 215. And then I only see one line, unless it's there and it's below all that. We'll see what happens with the phase heal. Alright, so we're going to try again. But you're going to notice that damage is going to increase, so let's see if it actually works. Okay, I'm going to need to do this. So we have 125. So now we're at 150. So hopefully we will get another 150 here, and then my goal is to showcase phase heal, which could be up to double heal if we manage to get it. So there's 125. Let's go ahead and get it. Didn't quite get it that time. So it's 175% total. Let's see if phase does a pretty crazy heal off the Lucky Strike. Guess we'll find out. Got 600 and 600. That's okay. I've actually seen 1800. There we go, 1640 on that one. So you can see, you can, with your MP heal, you can actually push like 1800 on this. But basically, this setup is, with the hair razor blade, it's like kind of nukish, mini nukish with Master Armor, considering, let's see if I can do this one more time, Master Archer Armor, just because of all the Elevon stacking. But for the Rangers that like to use effect-based things, it's actually quite good for doubling the power of all your effects. The Fright Thorn Bowl gets really low panics. It's pretty crazy, to be honest with you, how low panic ends up getting. Let's see here. Did I do this already? I did. Another weird thing is that the magic version of this skill is cheaper than the ranged version. I don't know if that's a bug or if that's intended. So we've got 125 here. Try to get to 150. It didn't again. I guess we'll have to see what phase does. So we get some crazy heal going on here. Alright, got a 933 on the SP heal. So as you can see, it's increasing your heal. We'll do this all over again and then I'll end it. Let's see here. I should have enough. So again, I'm doing Arcane Amp just because it's helping me win the initiative to give myself the Omni Elevons. Get that 150 this time. Alright, got two 150s now. So basically we have double damage on heals from phase. We'll see what we can manage to get here. Got a 755 on the SP. Maybe we'll get a 1400 and 1100 there. So like I said, the setup works decently well because it's able to mow down a bunch of hit points. I know Combat Practice Trainer has what, like 9,000 or whatever to begin with, so I basically did 2 rounds of this. But you can take any 100 proc with an effect and get it to double in power with Master Archer armor. You know, that works for Elevon, something offensive, but as well as defensive like blinds and panics. And in this case, you know, if you are a mage using this weapon and you're using these heal setups, it's up to doubling your heals. So, you know, using a lot of SP to set it up, but you're getting it back pretty simple. And that's all I had for this video.